Hey everybody, I hope you're doing really well today. I just got back into town and tomorrow morning I am going to be taking this beautiful car under the cover, that's the Daytona Coupe, over to Silver Arrow Auto to put it on sale so I can put a deal together to get another car. And since I do my own stuff, I thought I would show you what I do. Let's get started here. First take the cover off here. This show is, it's 100% real. It's just me and my cars and what I do with cars. This is the Black Beast, the 1929 Studebaker Erskine street rod there behind me. But there's the Daytona there. There we go. It's a beautiful car. I've had this since 2015. My plan is through Silver Arrow, which is in Victoria. We're going to put this on sale, put a listing out pretty soon, and then my plan is to trade this one, the value of this one, and my Porsche Turbo that I had that they sold for me, thank you guys, on something new. And I don't know what it's going to be yet. We'll have to see. But that's the next chapter. All right, well, this is the really glamorous part of the business here where we do detailing on our cars. I mean, that's half the fun of it, right? But this car has some competition brake pads on here, and they're great pads. They have a lot of bite and everything. However, they kick up a lot of brake dust, and it gets over these white rims really quickly. So it doesn't matter if you're just going for a little drive around somewhere, you got to clean them up afterward. And since I'm taking it in tomorrow, I really need to get this cleaned up, so I'm going to do that right now. It's easier if you take the wheels off and then rinse them, like for a show or something. I have done that in the past. Just really clean them off back to front, but for this, I just wipe them. Let me take you around back. I'll show you the rears in a second. Because it's dry, this stuff is just dust on here, so you can generally just wipe it off. And the same goes for the body. Because you don't take these out in the rain, it doesn't take a whole lot to clean them up. Now I'll show you just how much brake dust there is on this. See if we can get a shot of that. There we go. Can you see the contrast from here? There's a lot. And that's just from one drive out. So I'll show you what else I'm going to do. The other stuff I got to do a little bit of detailing. First thing to do is just have a look over here, see if there's any smudges or any extraneous fingerprints. This looks really good, actually. There's probably going to be a couple of bug things here from driving. Yep, there's a little bit of bug juice there. Now when this gets detailed over at Silver Arrow a little bit, I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. I'll have to have a chat with them about it. It's just a little bit of dust. Just a little bit more cleanup to do tomorrow. Just maybe get a bit of dust off of there. That's it. Let's get down here a little bit. That's one of the most amazing parts of this car, the way it looks. Look at that. I can't remember if it was the builder of this car who gave me this tip, but you just grab onto the lever with your right hand, and then with your left you just pull up on the slot here and just ease the whole front end up. But I wanted you just to see this view of the car. as it is, as it stands. Yeah, I've cleaned it off and so on, and you know, I just did an oil change last week. Mobil 1 plus a Mobil 1 filter, high performance filter on it. Everything looks pretty good. There's nothing fake about this car. You know, it's a replica of a race car that won Le Mans in 1964. It's got a really nicely tuned engine, sits really far back in the chassis. It's got a really nice race car suspension. It's light, has a great power to weight ratio, about the same as a Lamborghini Aventador. Very responsive and very analog in every way. No power steering, no brake, no power brakes, no AC, no stereo, just the real deal. So you might think you want to drive a car like this, but you won't know until you actually drive one and find out. And you won't drive one until you buy one, because nobody's going to let you test drive one of these things probably. I wouldn't recommend that you let people just take these out for joyride, because you have to learn how to use these things. You have to understand the inputs, how it's going to respond to steering inputs, the throttle, the brakes, everything together. It's a race car. I'm going to troll around. I'm going to show you some close-ups in here. Just pretend you're right here looking at the car. Let me do that for you. There's a clamp right down there. That clamp is between the header and the exhaust pipe. That's it. It's a clamp. Holds it on. All right. And there's this little piece of bodywork here, and then there's an aluminum piece here, which is ultra light. That's it. That's all there is to this car. Header goes straight over to the block. Exhaust manifold. There's your spark plug wires. Very straightforward. Your rocker, alternator. There's a little, this is a windshield wiper reservoir. It's technically there, but I haven't got it hooked up. This little guy right there, that stainless steel thing, is your cooling system overflow. That's the nice big radiator right there. See, look at this. There's aluminum right here. Aluminum. Let's go back a little bit. This bulkhead. Okay, that's fake. In the real car, they had cooling, I guess, fresh air that would go down and into the cabin. You can actually open those up apparently, but I haven't done that. But anyway, aluminum is your carburetor. Let's look up here. There's your front clip. Now this was done by Metalmorphous in Connecticut. That has a metallicized coating, metallic coating on the fiberglass to make it as close to the original as possible, because the original car was an aluminum body. This is not. This is fiberglass. You know, you might say, well, this isn't aluminum. Why would you want a fiberglass replica instead of aluminum? Well, fair enough. Fair, good point. You can get one off of Shelby American, makes an aluminum version. I don't know, what is it, 300,000 US, not including the drivetrain. Sure. Superformance, that's another great company. They make aluminum bodies too. Again, those are high-end cars. This is a lot more affordable. Is it worse because it's made out of fiberglass rather than aluminum? Of course not. It's just the labor required to make an aluminum body far outweighs, and the materials far outweigh the cost of doing fiberglass, right? All right, so this is partly the driver's foot box here. There's your brake masters, your reservoirs, I should say, excuse me. Your steering directly into there. Oh yeah, and then suspension. That's it. That's all there is to it. Right on this side, you got your plaque, Factory 5 Racing. All right, let's put this back down. That's the Factory 5 Racing version of the Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe. This one made in 2013. It's been driven a few thousand kilometers. It's been driven on the track, all sorts of stuff. It's been a really interesting car to own, a really good car. But I am not a car collector. I'm not going to keep all these cars. So I have to kind of move through it. If I'm going to go and get something else, I got to trade this one on something. So stay tuned to see what happens. This one will get hopefully over there tomorrow. We'll do a little bit of video about that. Thank you for watching so far, and thank you for your support for this channel, because it's just my little video project. It's nothing special, but I hope to do more stuff in the future. And once again, I really appreciate all of your support. So keep watching and have a great day out there. Bye.